everybody, long time no see. It's been at least 3 months since I've uploaded a video. Sorry about that. Um, Life got really busy. Um, the little man is. So, if you don't know, I had a baby last year, and his first birthday is coming up real soon. So, I've been busy with a baby, and he's 11 months old now and doing fantastic. He's just part of the family. Um, but my hands have been full and I haven't had time to crochet very much. I have gone to some events lately, and that's what we're going to talk about. We're also going to talk about the plans for the rest of the year. I do not have a ton of. Sorry about my trash can. I'm literally doing tags right now. Um, I don't have a lot of events planned. I have some very steady, reliable events, but I don't have a lot of unique, different events. And that's okay because of where I am in my life stage right now. I do not have the spoons. I literally see a spoon behind me. Oh my god. Don't mind me. There's a spoon. Anyway, I don't have the capacity to do every other weekend or every weekend, or, I don't have the capacity to do a bunch of crochet shows right now. Um, I do have a bunch of inventory from the past, and I am writing that. But I'm starting to run out of small things, and I'm starting to have, like, not a lot of the same things in certain areas, and it's starting to make me nervous. So what I'm doing right now is going through some of my works and progresses and working on them. I have a couple of things that I started to make. I made these little aquariums with little fish in them, and little, like, coral in there too. Um, I'm so rusty on everybody's, like, names and patterns and stuff, but a very well-known designer that almost everybody knows and has a bunch of tiny stuff. My brain is failing right now. Um, she was, the idea behind that. Like, literally on her Instagram, she showed it, and I was like, that looks like a good plan. I haven't seen that in any markets near me. She has a Critterlings Poggy place. Oh my gosh. I have just been out of the loop for at least 3 months, and it feels like 6. But the last video that I posted was 3 months ago on YouTube. So that's what I'm going by 3 months. It feels like so much longer. I feel like I've been completely disconnected from crocheting and, my crochet friends and just the whole thing right now. I feel so disconnected, but I'm trying to, like, come back into it. Right now I have a bunch of outside homesteady animal things that I need to do and want to do, and so my desire to sit down and crochet during the day, even if I had time to, which I don't when the baby's awake. Absolutely zero time. He will not let me ignore him at all. He's the last youngest child. He is probably knows it and is just the clingiest little dude. But I love him. Anyway, so he does not give me a chance to crochet. I can't even, like, sit with him while he, like, plays on the floor because he's constantly like, hey, come hold me. I need your attention. Why aren't you talking to me? Um, so I've just been, loading him up in the stroller and taking him outside and doing farm stuff, and that's kind of worked, kind of. Um, but anyway, I have not had time to do that during the day, and then at night, I'm really exhausted. I'm sitting here, it is almost midnight, and I am tired. I don't want to stay up for a long time crocheting or, prepping or, doing the less fun things that are not crocheting. That's part of this business. So I've just kind of like dropped the ball on the YouTube thing. I've lost some followers, but our subscribers, but not a ton, honestly. I really appreciate the people that are here to stay or, are holding out that I'm coming back, because I am trying to come back. I am just overwhelmed right now, and choosing, family and, it's summertime here in Ohio. I don't have that forever. So I am basking in the sun because I need it, and I'm not always in a good mental place when the sun goes away. I mean, it doesn't actually go away, but it feels like it goes away in the wintertime. Anyway, the point is, I think, because I've lost it now, the point, not my mind completely. Anyway, the point is that I am going to do a little bit of crochet while I can, but the goal is still, I have plants that I haven't finished planting. I have, projects outside that I just need to get done. I have animals. I have a farm. I have meat rabbits and meat chickens, and I want to go to a rabbit show and see friends, and like there's just so many outside things right now that I just don't have time to sit down and crochet. Technically I could do that outside, but I'm not going to. Anyway, I'm not gone forever. I am just busy in the summertime. And the springtime, we'll see about fall. Maybe it'll start to feel more cozy and circle back. I'm also very overwhelmed with the clutter in my house in general, and I'm working on it. This room is exceptionally clutterful, full of clutter and yarn and things that I need, but it's overwhelming and it's overstimulating, and I'm just like, no. So anyway, I'm trying to work on that too. I'm trying to, kind of declutter my house and take it down a notch and realize that I don't need everything that I have, that I can, let go of these things and I will still be actually happier about it. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff I'm doing, and a lot of it's not crochet right now. But I will be back, and I am going to events right now. So I am going to 2 regular events right now. And I will be doing that until probably October or November, when it gets cold again in Ohio and the farmers markets kind of slow down. I have 2 farmers markets. The first one is in the second Thursday of each month. And the second farmers market is the 3rd Thursday of each month. And they're pretty close to home, so gas isn't really an issue. And I'm not making like gigatons of money, but it's enough that since it's a local show, it's worth it to me. And it feels like I'm still doing my business. Like I said, I'm not doing the YouTube stuff as much, but I'm still selling crochet, talking about it, and I barely have picked up a crochet hook. I have this month. I actually have this month. But last month and like the last 3 months, I have not picked up a crochet hook. I couldn't even find them. They were in my bags of projects that I've been taking with me for the whole time before this, and I just set them down and did not pick them back up. I went to garden and I completely forgot about my yarn. But anyway, I am currently, my friend Kat told me about these. Well, actually, we used them last year when we sent stuff to the Ohio State Fair. She used them to make the tags more uniform for everybody at the State Fair. And it looks funky, but they're the stuff you find, the way they attach clothes tags at like Walmart and stuff. I mean everywhere actually. But so it goes into here and it clips the tag on. And so I can use a smaller tag for the small things. I can be a little more concise. And what I've noticed is with the setup that I also copied Kat for, with permission, But the grid wall setup that I have, the problem I'm having is I'm struggling to get the price tags in the right spot for the items. By the time I get all the items up, it's time to set up, like start the show, because it's like an hour, and it takes me the whole hour to get everything out and hopefully in a good spot. So by the time I get there, I'm completely like, I'm out of time. So, and these tags that I try to keep on the baskets, they get torn up and busted, and even using a dry erase marker on them, because I have them laminated, the tags, they're getting really worn out and damaged, and they just don't look nice. And so half the time they don't have the right price on them at all. And most of my stuff does not have prices on it because this is what we were doing. But it's not been a good flow. There's not been a good flow on how to get the prices in the right spot when you're already running around to get the things up on in the baskets. So this way I can have them all tagged, even the little things. If I have a helper there putting the stuff in, they can look at the tags themselves and put like items together. And I think that will make it more consistent. I think I've lost sales by people being unwilling to ask me about the price. I think that's a common thing we talk about before, or other YouTubers have talked about, is what I'm trying to say. And so I am doing this. I've got 2 of them on, and I am just using regular tags, like store-bought tags for the it's my other monitor. It's really bright when I have anything up. See, look, it's darker now. It's still too bright. Guys, I'm not good at this. Anyway, it says 14 on it. It's a little regular tag that you can just buy. I bought a bunch of them. A lot of them. And then I bought this from Kat's recommendation. And I bought a bunch of extras. They're the tag holder things. And that's what I'm doing. I'm putting tags on even my little things. Even my little $14 things that are just these little things. Yep, I'm putting it on that too. So the idea is that there's nothing without a tag, and I'll use my regular tags for the bigger items, but you know, you don't want the tag to be the size of the item. That's not going to look nice. I think there's something about that. So anyway, that's what I'm doing, and I've been doing 2. This is the first month that I've done 2 markets in a month, because the second Thursday of the month market actually just started. Well, it started in May, but I didn't get into the May one, but I got into the June and everything except October for some reason. They were just like, we don't have an available spot for you in October. Anyway, so I'm doing 2 Thursdays a month at local markets. It's 3 hours a day. I like the building of the community. I'm not just a stranger at some big event. Now, not to say that these big events aren't fantastic. Like, you get the right big event and you make a lot of money and you feel good about, you know, what you're trying to do. But these little events, the third Thursday one, the organizers decided to actually use ads this year, and we've had an incredible turnout compared to last year. I was looking at my numbers on my phone from last year, and last year I was bringing in $180 most times at most, and I was looking at it going, even though I'm so close, $180 isn't worth my time setting up the booth, you know, setting up all the stuff. To make that little, it felt really bad. But with the ads added, I am making double that easily. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say, that I have 2 markets a month until October, and you know, it's twice a month. It's in the middle of the week, which is a little bit inconvenient, but we're making it work. Yes, I'm bringing my kids with me, and two of them roam on their own, and then the baby sits in the stroller beside me, mildly happy, depends on his mood. But yeah, it's working, and it's also working through my inventory, which felt really incredibly big last year. I felt like I wasn't selling enough. I felt like I wasn't moving forward. I felt like I just kept making more inventory, and it felt very overwhelming. It was just all overwhelming last year. So I feel like I'm moving inventory. I feel like I'm making people, like, not making people anything. Growing with the community and becoming known to the community, to the locals, and being a reliable, repeatable source there feels really cool. Getting to know people that I actually see again, that feels cool too. Now, I was looking at next year and what I can do for next year, and I see where I can do a couple big shows a couple times of year. Like, my really busy time is June. Um, I absolutely love Pride events around here. They feel so good. Um, and we tend to do really well. Except the one where they stole Pikachu, but we're not going to go there. We're going to be calm because that was just some rude person. Anyway, so I could do, a few Pride events in June and have, like, and there's also a big street fair in June, and then a Pride event at the same location later in the month. So there's like peaks in my seasons that I could hit with extra events, and then still go to my reliable um, local events during the rest of the months. And then there's a November that's a little bit there's a November spike in an event that I think I definitely want to go back to next year. I've already got it planned. That's the only big event I'm going to as of now. I have no intention of making applying to any more events, just my markets. But in November there is a Christmas market that my friend Kat and I will do together, and it was a lot of fun last year, and I really enjoyed her company. It made the event even better. I think was it a 3-day event? Oh my gosh, my brain is so just, I don't even remember. I think it was a 2-day event or anyway, oops. Anyway, I am so, despite not having a ton of things to do, a ton of events to go to, I'm in a good place. I feel comfortable. I know that my crochet business is not growing in events right now, but I'm growing a base of people that can expect me to be there. 2 different communities that are pretty close together, close to my house. I go grocery shopping in either of them all the time. Both of them, I go grocery shopping at both places. So I am actually in my community becoming a reliable crochet person that they just see on a monthly basis, sometimes twice if they go to both events. And I'm also pushing both events at the same time because I'm like, hey, I told the lady at the gas station about the events because it's close enough that she could probably go. Like, this is fun. This is better than just making a bunch of money. I guess that's in the eye of the beholder, but I feel like it's a good benefit, and I am okay with my business growing in that way instead of just monetarily. Now, I am set to be probably slightly above last year's income if things keep going well, but just by a couple hundred, which isn't a bad thing. It's a good thing that I'm working less but still making that much money, in theory. We're guesstimating some things. We're rounding and guesstimating. Anyway, the point is that I can grow in this way, and then next year I can expand back to the big events as well as like select big events, not just every big event that I try to apply to, like the ones that I've applied to and I've gone to in the last 3 years, 2 years, and that I can, kind of put into my roster and have like, yeah, because I don't know what this business is going to end up. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to support any of our bills really. I've been able to support our extra eating out and a couple things that I wanted from my, you know, farm farm side of it. I was able to buy my goslings with business funds. That means I didn't buy yarn, but I don't need to buy yarn right now. I will buy yarn when I need yarn, and I don't need yarn. I mean, I'm a business, it's fine, but I think I'm good on inventory as far as materials and inventory as far as things made. I'm working on it. I'm really okay, and I'm also making a little bit more. These are works in progresses that have been sitting in a bag for at least 3 months, probably longer. So I'm getting these stuffed and sewn together and tagged, and then they'll go into my inventory, and it'll be really nice. The other thing that I'm still not doing well is recording inventory sold in a computer, like an Excel sheet. I'm not doing that well yet. I'm putting it on my notes app, what's sold in the day, but I'm not going back to my like main inventory and saying, this sold, one less, one less. So inventory wise, I don't know exactly what I have, except I kind of do because I saw it twice this month. I don't know. I have a lot of growth to do and a lot of, if you have any ideas how to make that more natural, because I don't like doing the things that's not crocheting in this business. And that's literally, it's just something I have to do, but I'm not good at it and I don't like it. So yeah, being super honest here, guys. I don't know. I just, I started to watch a YouTube video, and then I just got inspired to start telling you guys what's going on. So I'm super excited about my events that I've got planned. I don't have anything new planned except for this, the Christmas one, which I'm super excited about. A little nervous because I need to have more inventory for that one, but I'm working on it because I can work on it and, plan out the amount, and it's going to work out. And I'm confident about that. And I get to hang out with my family, and, things are starting to feel more stable as far as the older kids. If you know, you know. But everything's starting to feel better, and I think I'm starting to find a vibe or a cadence to this life, and it took a while. Adding a new baby did not make things easier, not that it ever could, but it complicated things. I don't regret him at all. I love him to death, but he's definitely an added challenge. But he's my chunkiest, cutest challenge ever. Anyway, we're doing great. We're gonna figure this out. I'm probably not going to have a lot of videos until this fall, maybe. We'll see. But I wanted to update you guys that I'm still around and I'm still crocheting a little bit, and I'm definitely selling stuff at local markets. So I'm still here. I'm just busy doing farm stuff too. So with that, I'm going to end this here, and I will see you guys later.